All right, peace.
Yes.
All right, put your right hand up and your left hand on your word, wherever you decide your word is. Hold it just like that. Do you solemnly agree that we have your permission to post this across all of our social media platforms?
I solemnly agree.
Is there anything, and I do mean anything, that's off limits you don't want us to ask you about?
I don't even know what you're gonna ask me, but if it is, I'm just gonna say pass.
Okay, cool. So that's what I was gonna say next.
Oh no, it ain't no. I'm good.
If we do say anything that's off limits, you understand, you can say pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, I want to incriminate myself.
Okay. Let's get it.
Okay, literally is no pressure. I'm your host, Bangem Bugg.
It's your girl, Just K for real.
And we got a special guest. Did you introduce yourself?
Y'all introduce me.
What's up?
I'm Peace. I'm sorry. It's nice to meet y'all. What's going on? Happy to be here.
Welcome.
Yes. Thank you. I'm excited.
She's over here being a scholar in the back, child.
Oh,
She's doing homework back
I was
there.
back there studying.
Yeah, the first thing I noticed about her, like she was talking about her man kind of like you do. She was like, I'm gonna bring my fine ass man or something.
My man, my husband.
Big Bird, yes.
So how y'all meet? You know,
Oh, really? That's so we met. I'm sorry. So we met in college. First of all, we met in 2017 in college. Actually, we got together in 2007. We met in 2013. That's how we met. The story just kind of crazy.
What's cool?
It was at Georgia Permian. It was Georgia State now, but it was Georgia Permian when I was going as a biology major after I graduated. Thank you, Permian. Appreciate y'all for believing in me. Thank you. Yeah, I did graduate there. He met me while I was married when we met. We didn't meet like that. So it's my second marriage.
Clearly.
Yes, absolutely. I'm 30 years old. Yeah, I'm 30. You know.
How long was the first marriage?
So the first marriage did not last long. It was like 7 months. It was very abusive.
Like you.
A very abusive marriage, though.
why you gotta throw me under?
Yeah, why you gotta do it like that?
Because he would have did it to me.
That's stuff. Dang. But no, it was abusive marriage, mentally, emotionally, physically, you know. But things happen.
He wasn't like that before y'all.
You know, before we got married, we had none of those issues. Like that was different for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still going to school, taking my daughter to school. Well, like I said, I was pregnant, so yeah, of course I was taking my daughter to school, and I had my youngest. I'm sorry, I had my youngest. Y'all, this story, it's a lot that goes on.
How many kids you got? 2?
I have 2 kids.
Okay.
But we actually didn't get together or actually start talking to each other any kind of way until like 2017. So we had been friends. You know, I talked to him like, well, one time I really talked to him like, well, we talked all the time, but he took my maternity pictures. I'm sorry. So he took my maternity pictures.
He's a scammer.
He's not. No, like we did. That's funny that you say that because we talk about that. It's like you know, we was friends, like real good friends. If I asked him for money, it would be for books. Cause I read a lot of books. I still do, but I read more than I do now. But yeah, and then we got together. His homeboys said something slick to me. I was walking down the hall, like I said, I was pregnant. His homeboy said something to me. When I turned by, I said, "What'd you say?" And I still don't know what was said to this day, but ever since then, we all been cool. And he was like, what's up one day? And I was like, what's up? And I had a boyfriend the last time he had saw me. And I was calling him boo. I was like, hey, boo, I used to say, put things like that. Just to, be silly, whatever. And he was like, you need to start calling me that. You got a boyfriend, don't you? You got a boyfriend? I was like, no, where you hear that at? He was like, well, the last time I said that was the last time you spoke to me. You know how long it's been since you spoke to me? Last time we spoke. He was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, so boo, what's up?
Okay.
Like, yeah, what's up? And then we spent some time together, whatever. And he told me, he gave me some time. He said, when you ready, when you do what you need to do, knock off here when you knock off, when you ready to get there, we can do that. But settle what you can settle, whatever. And it's, I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks later, we got together for real. And we've been together since. We got married about a year ago. But so we've been together for 7 years.
So y'all was like boyfriend, girlfriend in 2 weeks?
In about 3, well, we actually made official in like 3 weeks after that. But it's time. I'm actually making this a really small timeline right now. But like I said, we met in 2013. We didn't actually get together, really start talking like that until 2017. So, but yeah, that's my chocolate drop.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Energy.
I hope it worked.
You hope he working? Yeah, he working.
No, I'm saying I'm hoping it works.
Oh, I'm already knowing it works. It's been working. God is good, cause I don't know how he put up with me. I hope it works too.
Amen.
Cause I'm blessed.
Girl.
And people like you. He lucky. I'm like, no, I'm blessed. Like if you knew me and you knew what he with me, yeah, you would say the same thing to that man. He love you.
I'm trying to tell you.
So what do you do to say that? Like I don't know. Like it's amazing that he like you put him.
What about you makes you say that you some shit basically?
Because
I relate, so I get it.
So I have when I say I have a little bit. I went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? He did too, but of course, everybody had their own experience. And I'm dramatic sometimes. I can be real dramatic. I'm overly excited. I'm a very friendly person. And I love people. And sometimes that could be a burden to him. It could be like real.
So you bring people in real close.
Yeah, I can do this. I've been working on it, been a lot better, but even if nobody's perfect, I'm not perfect at all. But I make mistakes. Sometimes I'm hard at communicating. My attitude used to be up here. So like when we met, even now, when we met, dang, babe, and before like he wouldn't even cut me off, he'd let me done. He'd be like, okay, you finished? Yeah, babe. What I was saying was, and I'm like, and then you said. It drives me crazy. I love it. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, you're right.
Right.
You're right. I was being loud and I'm sorry. You got to break it down. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Well, no,
but yeah, I know I could be a bit much. I'm not perfect. So that's why I will be, it's a little joke. I tell myself I couldn't date a female, mostly because I can be in a relationship with a female. Because if it's a female that's like me, I can't deal with me. Like attitude, I love black women. I tell female, black women specific. I love all women. Don't get me wrong. I love us a lot, But I tell women they're beautiful in heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? I think all sides, wherever everybody have their own more so inside outside. However, I don't mind that. I get on my nerves. I look in the mirror and I get on my nerves sometimes. I'm like, can you get your shit together? Like, sometimes you do, but you do. You have to, tell yourself that sometimes. But yeah, I get on my own nerves sometimes.
Is it uncomfortable to have to, change how you are as far as loving or receiving people?
Oh, no, I don't. That's the thing. Like, he don't have, that's not an issue. Like, so I have to know how to balance. Where I'm more of an outgoing, he's more of an introvert, but it's kind of been like shifting a bit. So, I don't really have to change anything. It's just managing my time better with people because I had a habit of, I'm going to say I was really naive, but, I got a habit of going back to, okay, I forgive you, and, okay, still trying to help and do that, and then still, just a cycle, and that was a really bad cycle for me. So he was part of helping me break that cycle. I still love the way I'm supposed to love, but I had to learn how to love and step back for a second, really let God work instead of me trying to put my hands in everything. So it was one of those things. But yeah, I'm still able to love, and it's on real. I can't really explain. I'm just.
Yeah, when I first talked to her, she got aggressive on the phone.
No, I didn't.
I can't remember what she said.
No, let me tell you. No,
it could have went left if I would have said something crazy.
No, I don't think you would.
I said all I said was this, and she was like, "Oh, okay, all right."
No, it didn't. So I didn't know. I had to ask her because I don't do this. Is like I'm honored to be here. Like straight up, I know. I don't know how many people y'all interview on a but for me, this right here, Nene, I'm excited. I feel special. I really feel like somebody. I am somebody. Don't get me wrong. I am somebody. I really feel honored. So for you to hit me up and it was like, well, what is he gonna ask me? Like. Has he checked me out yet? Like, it's stuff like that. So I didn't know what he was asking. So I called him and said, hey, what's going on? I never had nobody hit me up or anything like that. And if they do, I ain't never paid attention to it. I don't know, But I just wanted some more information. That was it.
He was like, you said, so it's a problem if I'm asking you what kind of questions you gonna ask
me?
No,
it wasn't even like that.
Like...
No, because he was like, if you feel like it's gonna be uncomfortable, then I'm like, wait, hold on, that's not what I'm saying. I do want to do it, so I can get real. But it's
I
not.
see what you talking about. If
Yeah.
you get your husband like
No,
that.
I don't. That's don't do that.
He gonna be like.
But I apologize. I wasn't trying to be rude or anything. I did apologize. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. I'm really excited, and then I don't know like how this is gonna go, but I just don't want to.
I'm cracking up.
Yeah, that was it. My bad.
I mean,
My
I
bad.
didn't get offended. This is all I said was this, and you calmed down once I said this.
I was like, oh my bad. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm still working on it.
Where you from?
I'm from here.
Where?
Born and raised, West Side, Mango Circle, at the Ridge, West Lake, over there.
You don't sound like it.
I didn't know I was supposed to. We got a sound. Why do people say that? We got a sound.
Everybody got an accent.
I don't. Oh, you want me to sound like this?
Yeah.
I ain't know how to sound like this. My bad. Okay,
Yeah, got down. You know, she got down. You know,
talk like no, like
talk
whoop, whoop. You understand?
Yeah.
No, I can do that. I just prefer to speak like this.
It's a girl who came. She sounded like she was from Atlanta.
From Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
The way I
The
came.
younger chick.
Kira.
No, Trained and Lay. I think that's.
Oh.
Lade sound like it too. Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay, well, my bad.
You know though, because you knew how to turn it
I
on.
know, but I'm saying like, why I gotta sound like
You don't
that?
have to. I'm just saying you don't.
I gotta speak a little bit.
Be yourself.
Yeah, I am being myself. This is me. You gonna get like when I'm amped, you gonna get that sometimes. Like you getting it right now, like that. But
No, I'm cool. I'm receiving it. But nah, I was just saying you don't sound like Atlanta people.
yeah, I'm from here. I'm from born and raised. All that. I've been all around.
Okay, so you grew up with your parents?
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I grew up with my mom. My dad was in and out and everything, but we had communication. I have two sets of parents. Really three, but I have two sets of parents. My mom remarried. My biological father remarried. My mom's first marriage, he remarried, but he was still like father. He was still a father. I'm sorry. So, but I take consideration. But they all play different roles. Even with my step mom, my mom's mom, they play different roles. So for the most part, I grew up with great sets of parents. Yeah, I have. I like to say, I tell people I have 15 brothers and sisters because technically, I do. But yeah, it's a lot of us. But yeah, I grew up with them.
So what's your relationship like with your dad? Are y'all close?
My biological father, we are cool. Like we're rebuilding our relationship. It's not bad. I have a lot of similarities with him, so I have to learn how to be patient with him. I'm realizing that my parents didn't learn how to be parents. I had to grow with them, and they had to grow with me. So it's one of those processes. I love him to death. He get on my damn nerves, but I love him to death. I want to train him for the world. I would, but yeah.
So give me a traumatic experience you went through as a child.
Ooh, oh wow. I had a couple. I don't really know. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to. Most of my traumatic experiences, it wasn't even really. It was father issues. I had a lot of daddy issues. I did. I had a lot of daddy issues. My dad's great. Like I said, I had to go through some things to get there, but I had a lot of daddy issues growing up. Like, I can understand, like, for me, mine was mostly spiritual. I've had some physical, but mostly for me, that touched me the most was spiritual.
Give me an example. What you talking about?
For example, I'm a seer. I guess that's what people would call me. So I see spirits. Good, bad, whatever, I see spirits. I had to learn how to balance that. My most traumatic experience have been, like I said, spiritual. My dad, when I would read the Bible, I still do. I love to read the Bible. It was a book, for me. It's a great book. I love to read the Bible. And my father, he was more so in expanding your mind, which I truly understand. So when I had my Bible in my hand, he used to like snatch out my hand trying to give me another book. Mm-hmm. And it was like, when I'm reading, that's how I felt. For me to be the age that I was, my dad used to just, like I said, don't get me wrong, my dad's amazing. I learned how to spell international at 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my dad used to take us downtown, Rodney used to work at Wolf Camera at the Underground. So before they started turning the Underground and everything else, he used to work down there at Wolf Camera for a couple of years. And he used to take us on the train, so we knew how to ride MARTA before we was, old enough to ride MARTA and everything. But, so for me to learn how to know how to read the Bible at that age, for me, I thought was amazing. But it was, so one of the most tragic experience I had spiritually was, I was staying, it was actually high school. That's the most memorable one right about now. It was in high school. I was staying with a friend of mine. His name is Steven, white family. And first time I staying with a whole white family and everything, I didn't even really have white friends like that. He was probably the only one at the time. And I was sneaking out of the house. I had just got kicked out of my mom's house. I had snuck out her window and tried to come back through the window. My sister was smart enough to come back through the door. I was stupid enough to come back through the window. They've already called us, but I don't know. I just came. I was like, yeah, Mom, you said you called me. She didn't even call me. It was stupid, y'all. It was crazy. So I got kicked out, and I kind of ran away at the same time. But went over there. I was still in high school. I asked, can I stay? Yada yada yada. I was there. It was my last year, and it was my last year in high school. I was staying in one of their rooms. It was like a room they used for games and everything. It was always cold in there, but I used to always have to come in and clean up the room because every time I left, they leave the room junky all the time. But they were like, we don't do that. That's not us. You know, you decide. I'm like, no, I cleaned this damn room. I know I did. So one night I went out with, I'm not even gonna name it because it's not important. So I went out with this group or whatever. We went to go see a scary movie. I can't remember what movie it was. I think it was in cities. I came back home. Room was cold or whatever, you know. I ended up going to sleep, having a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream. This is before I ever seen. Have you ever seen Cities? I'm sorry, Inception.
I don't think so.
You ever seen Inception? Okay, so it's basically a man having a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream. You wake up and you study your dream. So I was having that experience. I was laying on the couch. I used to keep the room dark, but I started getting scared. I've never been afraid of the dark. I can watch scary movies all day, except spiritual scary movies. Everything else, Freddy vs. Jason, Jeepers Creepers, I can watch by myself, turn all the lights off, whatever. We see you later, I'm good. I had my windows closed and I had my door open. So I was asleep and I was waking up at the time. I was talking to this dude. Name is irrelevant. I was talking to this dude and he was staying on the phone with me while I was falling asleep. And in my dream, I was telling him, I hear him breathing. So I was waking up and I hear him breathing. And I would look over to the corner of the room and there was like this figure. It was a dark figure. I never really took an actual look at it. I was scared. I would look at it. I was scared as hell. So, but I'm sitting there and I'm breathing. I'm like, hey, babe, he ain't on my back. So I ended up hanging up and I called my friend. My friend's room was right across from my room. It was like a washer, a dryer, and then his room. Take 2 or 3 steps, I can get to his room. So, sorry, I'm getting hot. And every time I tell this story, I start to get real hot. I hang up the phone and I call him. Like I said, I was having this dream, this same dream, but this is me waking up into reality. I call him and I'm like, hey, Steven, his name's Steven. I said, Steven, hey, can you come to the room? I said, I'm a little scared. I said, because I actually ended up waking up because I heard the door slam. He was like, hey, did you, I said, can you call open the door? So I'm scared. I'm scared to get up out of my bed. I was asleep on the sofa. He said, did you just slam the door? I was like, no. But can you come open this door? Because I can see the light from up under the room because I'm scared. He was like, girl, just get up, open the door, and come in the room. I said, listen, there's something in my room. And if I get up, I think it's going to get me. And I'm scared. Like, I'm really scared to get up. I get up. He was like, he kept telling me to get up, so I ended up getting up and I ran out the room. No, I was scared. I was scared. So I ended up getting up and running to his room, towards his room. So in my dream, before I actually wake up, in my dream, I run to his room, and he was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "There's something in my room. Like I can't really explain." I said, "But it's something in my room, and I'm scared." I said, "Steve, I'm scared." Can I sleep in your room? Steve is a big guy, real big guy, but so I was trying to lay in his bed. I had to lay closer to the wall. Because I just didn't want to be near the door, so I didn't care. I don't care why I want to be near the door. So he gets up and he says, okay, so I'm going to, let me go get my mom. So this is still me in my dream before I wake up. He gets to the door and he sees the figure that I was looking at. He stops. He was like, oh no. But he couldn't come into the room. Like the figure, whatever it was, couldn't step into the room. It was light versus like kind of a darkness. It was dark on that end. It's light on my end. So he goes to go get his mom. His mom comes in. She's like, oh no, we got to go get your grandmother. She come in, this is still my dream, she appeared, she says, we need to pray over this house. She opens all the doors in the house and goes into the room, Start praying in the room. Comes out the room, start praying. She said, Bree, you need to go into this room. I said, I need to do what? She said, you need to go into this room. You need to face what you got going on. I can't remember. This is just me. She said, you need to face what's going on. And I said, I am scared to go in there. I said, I am scared for my life to go in there. And said, the only way you're going to get over it is you face it. So she pushed me into the room. They pushed me into the room and they closed the door. The lock on the door looks like a finger, goes like this, and it closed like that. I'm in the room. Whatever the darkness was on this side, and I'm on the other side. And it started dashing towards me, and I say, Jesus, oh my God, Jesus, say, help me, Jesus, help me. And I wake up with the same thing going on. This time, I call him, he says the same thing. I get up and I run into his room. Same thing happened. He asked me what was going on. I said, Steven, I think there's something in my room. I said, I can't explain it, and I can't really see it, but there's something in my room, and I said, I'm scared. He goes to get his mom, wakes his mom up. She comes to the room, she said, we're going to call your grandmother in the morning. She's going to come over. I said, okay, cool. I'm at school. I was going to Douglas County High. I'm at school, and I get back to the house, and her mom came through, praying all over the room. She opened all the doors. Her mom, Stephen's mom told me, she said, you need to go into this room. She said, you need to get on your knees and you need to pray.
This in your dream or your
This
awake?
is now I'm awake.
Okay.
I'm awake with this one. And because I go into my room is now warm. I said, well, ask her what happened. She said, she opened up all the doors. She said, I felt a cold air, cold wind just come past me. Every time I go into the room, since I've been there, it's been cold. They don't feel that. They didn't get it. They're going like, no, ain't no wrong here. I'm freezing in this room. And that was like one of my latest, and I'm not I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not the only person who's like my dad, my stepdad is like this. My mom is too. My grandma is as well. My mom can't see him, but she can feel him. I can see him and I can feel him. My stepfather, he can actually see him and feel him as well. It's my spiritual father. You know what I'm saying? But he's my stepfather. Mm-hmm. But sorry, I gotta calm down because it's hard. I used to feel like I was crazy when I tell people about this stuff. And honestly, I don't care. I love talking about how great God is. I would shout from the death, like I don't care, you know. But because I know my experience and I know it's real to me. So when I would talk about it with people used to tell me I was crazy, and I'm like, I'm not crazy, but these are things that's really happening. I mean, people don't believe. I'm sure now people believe in that about stuff now. You know, you believe in aliens, you believe in anything else. But I'm sorry that was so long-winded. That was a lot, but yeah, that was one of the most tragic things that has ever happened to me. Like that I can remember. That still gives me goosebumps. It's been plenty of different occasions. Like my family, we stayed in the house. We called her Caroline. A girl passed away in the house. We was all upstairs talking about moving. Everybody in one room. There used to be a fire truck. We used to keep in the tub, taking the tub, had no batteries in it. It was rusted. Started going off downstairs. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Doing all this stuff. And we was like, somebody downstairs? No, everybody's upstairs. Okay, so we turned the music. We had music playing. Turned the music off. Kept hearing it. And then I was like, so yeah, we're getting ready to move. And all you hear is damn, like somebody breaking into the house in the kitchen. We go into the kitchen, everybody come out and we're going to the kitchen, and the whole cabinet, file cabinet, the whole top of the file cabinet, because our kitchen was a roundabout kitchen, was ripped off. It looked like somebody took and ripped it off. The nails were still in there and everything. It was like it was ripped off. Like I can't. I've had some experiences in my life, man, for real. So those spiritual things are the most like traumatic things for me. The things in real life I can fight. Spiritual things, it's a whole different fight.
You ever try to ignore them?
I can't. It's a blessing and a curse. Seriously, I can't. I had to learn how to balance. I had to learn how to get up and say, because there would be times when I don't know if y'all seen these little TikTok videos. People making little TikTok videos now where a ghost come through the house and I'll be like, in the name of Jesus, that's me. Yeah. I want to know. I'm like, listen, I'm not finna play with you not today. Yeah. You know, I get my word, I get my you know, I don't play about stuff like that. For me, that's serious. I don't play about things like that. But yeah.
Can we like suppress stuff like that? Like seeing ghosts? My mom said she seen a ghost when we was younger, but she said she seen a ghost walking through this. It was like an old White House we used to be in. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Well, everybody goes through it. Started the old White House, greenhouse.
Somebody house.
Somebody's always in the house. But I honestly don't think I don't know. I've never tried to really suppress it. You know, I don't know. I can't answer that for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people have had experience and just chopped it up to logic, but like certain things you just can't.
Girl.
There was no logic in what the hell was going on with me. I was like, this is not normal for me. You know.
One of my sisters sees stuff, but she ignore Tony. She sees stuff, but she ignore it. Like she will.
Oh, I think that's what you mean. Like blatantly just
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like,
I think you can do that. Yeah,
like, what you,
I've done
what
it,
you
but
think?
like.
She'll be like, mm.
Just act like you just not there. You can look at him like, hey, I'm not playing with you.
She don't even look at it, but
Like,
she
I'm
won't
not
talk
playing
about it. Nothing. Like if something happened, I don't know. But I'll be like, I'll try to ask her like, what happened? What you talking about? She'll be like, nothing.
Oh, now she in a good place then. She's like, yeah, I ain't.
She'd be like, fuck that. I'm not. She
Yeah.
seen her sister levitate across the floor. Like her feet was together. And so it looked like something grabbed her in the look of her face and everything. Like it just shifted. Like, and something grabbed her and moved her across the floor.
Yeah, see, people have a different experience. I know everybody. I don't know. There's just certain things it's hard to explain, but these different experiences. I feel like if you believe in demonic, if you believe in Satan, devil, you should.
Yeah, you gotta go to the other side.
Like, yeah, like it's two sides. It's always. But yeah.
Okay, something you didn't put enough thought into, and something that made you overthink.
Oh, I'm an overthinker. I'm gonna be honest. I know I'm an overthinker. And because I'm a caring person, so I just be like, I hope I don't do this, or I hope I don't do. You know, something I put a lot of. I overthink my marriage a lot, and that's another thing that I was saying that I probably get on his nerves with. You know, but I try to communicate a lot. I'm an overthinker, but I communicate. I'm like, babe, you know, like when we first got together, I used to tell him how many times a dude talked to me that day. I didn't want him to miss any. I didn't want like somebody to come back to him and be like, well, your girl said, no, I didn't. He already talked to him, you know, da-da-da. And it got to a point where he was like, babe, you don't have to tell me everything. You don't have to tell me everything. I'm like, but I just want to make sure I'm communicating, you know, with you, you know. So I know I'm an overthinker. Let's see, you said what was the other thing? I'm sorry.
Shit, I forgot. Something you didn't put enough thought into.
My first marriage. I didn't put enough into that. I'm sorry. God told me I wasn't supposed to marry that man the day before my marriage. That man said, I'm about to go to the club with some chick. I don't remember the chick name. Then we got married the next day. Guy already told me I wasn't supposed to marry. He been telling me. I don't know. I wanted what I wanted. But that was it. But I didn't put much thought into it. You said why? Because I was being stubborn. I was being stupid as hell. That's what it was. That's why. You know, I thought I knew what I wanted. But I did. And it was like God was trying to stop me from something. And if I would have really listened, I wouldn't have to go through with that period of abuse and everything. We good now, man. We cool. You know, he can call me and talk about everything, anything. You know, we minister to each other and everything. But back then,
you tried to kill? Oh, you was doing something?
No. When we got through, like, so when I actually stood up for myself and said that, yeah, I had him to beat his ass with it. You know, there were the vacuum cleaners he had for Family Dollars a long time ago. Yeah, it was one of those things. But
he ever beat you?
Yeah,
she said it was.
I had to beat him back. That was when I actually stood up for myself, because I was just trying to be. I was like, okay, if I do this right, I just thought I was trying to be a good wife. Like we would get into it, and it's like, okay, babe, all right, I just don't want to argue. I just got tired of arguing. I was just broke down. I was just like, I can't even explain that feeling because I never want to go back there. I don't even want to touch on that. You know what I'm saying? Play with that. But like I said, we good now. We chill. But yeah, it was one day. Got that vacuum cleaner, beat the hell out of him. And then that was it. He never put hands on me again. Been cool.
You gotta do that the first time.
Yeah, I should have did that the first time.
No, I feel it though. But that's exactly what you gotta do. And then they think twice about the next time they hit you.
They really do. But yeah, I should have thought, I ain't put much thought in that. But I got a daughter from that though. It was a beautiful daughter. She's amazing. But yeah.
How old is she?
I have a 9-year-old and an 8-year-old.
You gonna have more?
Yeah, absolutely.
What you waiting on?
That's one I'll pass on, only because women's bodies, everybody's bodies is different. I don't even want to touch on all that. It's just a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna wait on. We working on it. We working on it.
A sacrifice you made to make someone happy.
Yeah, let me I've done that a lot. Just period. You sacrifice a lot to make. I've done it a lot. I won't say a people pleaser because I'm not a people pleaser, but I'm more of a giver than I am a receiver. I'm gonna say that. So that's the best way I can put that. So I'm always giving. I don't mind giving. It's because I really just don't expect anything back. Anybody who knows me knows that. Like I give people money. I don't ask for it back. I'm not that I don't want it back or anything. It's just I don't depend on. Like I can't really explain. It don't bother me. You be walking around, see somebody that needs something, whatever, you know, I don't care what I'm doing. I could be at work. I could be getting ready to have to go somewhere. It don't matter what I do. If I see somebody and they need or if God lead me to do it, fine, I'll do it. But it's not I feel like I'm sacrificing every day, almost. Not just for other people, even just for myself. You know, my marriage, my kids, you know, so I just feel like I'm sacrificing every day. I never really expect too much in return because I'm good. Like I literally wake up, I have a family, I have a home, you know, I'm walking, like I got legs, you know what I'm saying? I can't really say that my sacrifice has been in vain, kind of thing, if that makes sense.
So as far as like the hierarchy, like what's priority, like your kids, your husband, or like
No,
like
God first, and then they come.
Okay,
like,
so who next after
God first, and then so God, my husband, my kids.
Okay.
That's the right order?
It is. You know it is.
Yeah, God, my husband, my kids. Yeah, absolutely. He is the head. He leads that way. And when things start to go south or sour, I feel like, you know, that's when I step in. I'm like, hey, look here now. I can't make it without you. You gotta leave. Okay, help me. I got you.
She's talking about help me.
Please. You know, but yeah, for the most part, that's the hierarchy right there.
But yeah, when I told a female that, and I was like, well, you know, kids not gonna be there that long, like 18, 20 years they be gone, and they be worried about their own kids and stuff. And she was like, well, yeah, I see what you talking about. Yeah, the husband would come first, because kids eventually gonna leave, and you know.
Well, in a
time?
marriage, I feel like, yeah, if you boyfriend and girlfriend, your kids should come first. I'm sorry, that's how I feel about that.
Well, you shouldn't have kids in the first place.
Well, some of us do. So for us people, because I'm one of those that did have kids and I wasn't married at the time, you know, at one point. So yeah, it happens.
Okay, so if you dating a guy, you got kids, and Christmas coming, he'd be like, well, my nieces and nephews come before your kids. Would you get mad?
I would feel some type of way, only if he say before my kids, because to me, it's like your nieces and nephews, or my nieces and nephews, let's do this together. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, for some reason to me, it's like, so you, y'all, it's supposed to be us helping each other if we're together in this.
It's a boyfriend, girlfriend.
No, I get that. But it depends on our, again, you're right, it depends on our agreement too, or whatever we got going on. But I probably would feel some type of way, honestly. Because my mindset is I'm getting them some man, them some. That's just me though. But yeah, I think I would feel some type of way thinking about that like that. Like, dang, bro, like,
So
we
is
help
it?
each other out, y'all. What's up? I would feel like that.
So then it wouldn't be cool to say my kids come first then,
Well,
right?
no, that's not his kids, that's his nieces and nephews, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I get what
But
you're saying.
they
I'm
come
being funny,
before.
they do come before. I get what you're saying. I can't be mad. I honestly, I couldn't be mad. But I think it would depend on the circumstances. I'm gonna feel the way. I will feel the way, but I can't be mad. You know, you're not obligated to my kids, but if you move in a certain way or doing a certain thing, we stand together, you know, something wrong with you shouldn't be doing in the first place. I agree. But if we're doing that, then I would think that we'll be doing that together, kind of thing. But yeah, I would.
We planning on being together.
Yeah, long term. But we just funking? Nah, my kids gonna first. Let me stop. My kids go first.
We just funky.
We just funking.
What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
I was close. I was dumb close. Okay.
I'm
I
a
get
major
along
Gemini.
with Gemini.
I'm a major.
I love
like
Gemini.
June Gemini females, they look crazy. They on the other side.
They
You know,
change their mind too.
that's them, the real indecisive ones. Yeah.
They say they want kids, then 2 weeks say I don't want kids.
She probably was on her cycle or something like that.
Okay, hurt me with the truth, but never comfort me with a lie. So give me a truth that hurts you and a lie that gave you comfort.
Truth there.
That lie to yourself.
Yeah, when I was younger. No, for real. You know those lives when you know it's not something that's really good for you, but it just feels good to just lay in there just for that moment kind of thing. Yeah, I had one of those with this guy. It was like really a one night stand kind of thing, and I knew that shit was like I knew it wasn't for me. I knew it, but for that moment,
That was your man.
That was mine right there at that time, you know. And a truth, and I want to say something my husband said to me, and it got me real good, but it made me feel like a hypocrite, and I hate that. I hate when I can't recognize something that I know I did wrong, and sometimes it'll take me a while to get back. Something he had to deal with sometimes, but he'll tell me about myself, and I'll be like, and I know he know when he right, like because I'm like, man, and I had to sit there for a second, and be like, hey man, you know, you was right. I did do that, and this does happen, you know, like that. Like man, we can talk about I don't know how to really explain it. It might be weird to other people. We can talk about if a man is trying to talk to me, if a woman is trying to talk to me. Like we can openly talk about things like that. You know, hey babe, so and so tried to get in your inbox. Yeah, babe. Yeah, he saw that. How did that make you feel? Well, you know, I thought about this, but then again, I kind of thought about it like this, and you know, it kind of like, you know, we can talk about those things. So it kind of it's
you can be honest.
We can be honest. So it's got to the point we can really just be a lot more honest with each other. But yeah, he used to tell me some stuff. I'd be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. And I really had to just humble myself sometimes. Like, yeah, I need to shut my mouth. I really need to shut my mouth sometimes.
It works.
Yeah, it do.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, you don't argue with your boss.
If you don't get you, I'm just like, you the boss, but I got you.
Okay.
She's solid. I'm gonna argue a little bit.
Okay.
I argue a little bit too, okay? I argue.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah. Gemini.
Okay. Something that a man will say that lets you know you about to waste your time.
Waste my time?
Yeah.
Oh man. They could just say.
Yeah, mine was, I said it earlier, like when a girl say that vibe shit, and I'm basically like, well, you need to put a time frame on it, because if you start talking about marriage and I say, oh, well, let's go off a vibe, it could be 1 year, 6, it just depends on the vibe, so I feel like that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I'm one of those people, like, the way I used to text, my dad always told me, very young, okay, let me start over, my bad. I would invite men to church that I liked. I would invite them to church. It's one of the things I hope God, you know, and I know everybody don't believe in saying that, but, you know, come
pull up on me.
Yeah, you know, that's how I was. And my dad used to tell me that, because I tried to get this dude to ride his bike to my house in high school. I was like, Dad, you know, I tried to go see him. I lied to him, so I was trying to go to a rec center, but I was trying to go see him. So I was honest when I told my dad the truth, and he was like, all right, call him, tell him, you know, come on by, I want to meet him. Any man that like you, he'll meet your dad. I'm like, I know he like me, you know. So I called him, told him what was up, right? We had just got out of school. What was getting out of school at this time? I want to say like, what, 2 o'clock maybe. So time going by. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock at night. And I think I ended up getting in touch, and I was like, hey, what happened? He was like, yeah, the spring to my bike popped. And some, you know, cause I told him I wanted to meet my dad, you know, come on over. And I told my dad what happened. He was like, the spring to his bike pop, huh? I was like, yeah, that was what he said. I was like, you know what, Dad, you right. So I always use that. So now I would invite guys to church. You want to spend time with me. That was my thing. So I used to use that. So if you didn't want to, so if you don't want to, you know, pull up on, you can't even come to, you know, pull up on me for a second. You know, pull up on the side of the street.
Right.
You know, just real quick. No, I'm good.
No, they start talking about what they got, like out the gate. It's like,
oh yeah, that's a turn off too.
Yeah,
I don't like that. Like I don't like that. That's nasty to me. And it's just nasty.
But
It's making me cringe.
It's a bluff. Like, oh yeah, I got this going on, and I'll be hanging with such and such. Yeah. What is that about to do for me?
For me, yeah, but and that's just not even just a relationship. That's just friendships, period, or just in general. It's like. You meet a lot of people like, yeah, I do this and I do that, and it's cool. Like, I don't mind supporting you in anything that you. I don't mind, but
fake bread.
Yeah, like, bro, I don't know. You don't have to tell me, yeah, I'm gonna go work with so and so and wild now. That's cool. Enjoy it. Please tag me in. I would love to share it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think it's because they want, you know, the people want to praise and those things. Like, bro, I see you.
Some people just be happy though. They want to talk about it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Talk about it. Talk about it. I would encourage you all day. I will. But it's just certain things. Yeah, I would say there.
Like it's different. Like for somebody to be like, okay, this is literally happening. Like this is about to happen. But for somebody to be like, oh yeah, well I do this and I do that. I went on a date one time. This was like a long time ago. I haven't been on a date in a long time. But on the date, the dude kept talking about all these people he know. And mine's like, I don't care about no famous people, but he kept talking about all these people he know, and I'm like, okay, bro, but like, tell me about you. Like, what's your name? Because you telling me about Lil Baby, and then like, what is your name? But he didn't have nothing to offer about himself. I'm like, oh yeah, you full of it. You just want somebody to be impressed with you knowing these people.
Yeah, and I felt that because I met a guy. He was like, he wanted me to work with him on his. I'm an actress as well, but he wanted me to work on one of his films. And he was trying to tell me all the famous people, the people that influencing them, they're gonna be on there. I'm like, that's cool, but a lot of them don't even know. To be honest with you, I ain't know a lot of them. And I was like, but what do you do? Same thing, like, but what do you need me to do for you? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to pitch this person to me. If I'm interested, I'm gonna just tell me about it. Yeah, like. Tell me about it. Let me make the decision. Don't try to bribe me with so and so and so and so. Because the majority of the time, I either don't know who they are, and I don't care for them. Because I really don't. Like I'm just not that person. I'm very simple.
They got a video, like when a cute girl come in, he like, oh man, bro, you wanna, what do you say, you got change for like 10,000, or basically trying to just like impress the girl, like, you be like,
you got change for 10,000, like, you got some ones, I got 10,000 over here. That's
the guy could have just said, let me borrow 200 before the girl walked in,
like,
so
no.
Trying to make somebody like.
Yeah,
you know, used to do that stuff in high school. Elementary, middle school. You know, you used to pay your homeboy. They used to pay, guys used to pay their girls to date their homeboys. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want nobody to date you in the same grade, you have to pay somebody in the older grade to date them.
Or
they do stuff like that. They still do. They doing it now. Like you used to pay. Can I go and buy you some chips from the whatever just because I want you to be my friend, or can I pay you to be my? You know, people who.
Like love don't cost a thing.
Kind of like that. Yes, like that's what it reminds me of. It put me in the mindset of that. That's what it put me in the mindset of. Yeah.
That sounds like Atlanta.
I feel like that's everywhere.
No, bro, it's not. I promise you.
I feel like that's
I ain't never heard of that before.
That used to be crazy. I was like, bro, no, I'm good. Yeah, I was a lane. I ain't paying for nothing. I'm like, I'm with everybody, especially at jobs.
Man, I was cool with everybody. You ain't gonna catch me paying for no friendship.
No ma'am, no hell.
Okay, last time you cried while explaining, and the last time you cried while celebrating.
Oh, last time I cried while explaining was 2 nights ago.
Oh,
that too, that did just happen. Yeah. So that just happened. And the last time I cried, well, same thing. Yeah.
2 nights ago. You was telling the same story?
2 nights ago. No, it wasn't even that story. It was me and my husband. He just off the chain. That's it.
Probably cry every week, don't you?
Actually, I am a cry. I love to cry. Not in like boo-hoo, but I cry when I'm happy because I don't know. I can't explain.
I get it. It's a feeling.
Happy, and then I cry because of stories that I see. Like, and that's another reason. It's just so much going on where I cry for the world. Like I do cry for people.
Me too.
I cry for the world because it's like.
Girl, I saw a flash mob and was crying. I'm like, it's together, man.
It's beautiful. Come on, formation. Yes.
All I had to do was in it and everything.
Oh my
God.
Man, that's crazy.
What?
That's funny.
I stay crying, but I get it now.
Yeah.
I be talking to my grandma. I'm like, I get it. God is good.
Good, yeah. Like when I don't know. I hit that 30 mark and I was like, man, I feel like sitting at home chilling. This is nice. Kids, y'all good? You want some? Come on, see the bed. You be good. My kids are just chilling in the bed watching Scooby-Doo. Oh my God, this is great. I used to watch that.
Okay.
That's me with them. Like, that's me just randomly with my kids. But yeah, that joy is good.
Yeah, you gotta be grateful, then. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I knew I was in love when.
I knew I was in love when that man said to me, you got a couple of, like, take your time. Take your time, bro. Take your time, do what you need to do. And then we're going to get back together. Shoot, yeah, that was it for me. I know it sounds crazy, but that was it for me because you don't. I don't know. I ain't
It's the
never had that
patience.
happen to me. Yeah, it was the patience. Even now, he still had that same patience. I'm like, how do you do it?
Who made
How did
you?
God put this? Like, yeah, who made? Like, yeah. So, but yeah, that's when I knew. That's when I knew. And then, both of my kids are not his kids at all. He don't have kids. I'm saying they're his kids. Excuse me. They are his kids. He raised them. My first daughter was 3 months old, and then like I told you, I was pregnant with my second when I met him. But he raised them. So for a man who's never had kids of his own, only probably been like 5 people in his life, for real, to get with somebody who has experience in life. I've been promiscuous, and my younger day, I've been through some things, and I'm not afraid to say that.
How many dudes?
How many dudes?
Yeah.
Mind your business. No, it ain't like that. I just but I've been through some things in my life. I have some experience, so
I think that's good.
yeah, I it's good. And then
You know what you like.
I know what I like. I sure do.
Hello.
What I do. I know what I like. Know what I wanted. Yeah, I know what I like.
Right?
So, but with him to have somebody like that, and he take them on like they came from him. That's who they know. Like he ain't. I can't explain this. Like this man came from, being around his family, living with his family and everything, taking care of his family, which he still do, and I help with. To get his apartment with a female for the first time, his first apartment with a female for the first time, and then what I'm saying, first taking on all this, this is, and then it's like, I know it's not easy, but he handles it like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I never met. I'm sorry. I've heard about have single guy friends. Male friends who have kids, custody of their kids, had to fight for custody of their kids. I've met but I've never met anybody that's like willing to say, hey, these my babies. I understand that's but no, these my kids. What's up? And I know people like, yeah, you ain't gonna never. Cause I told my dad that once, I was like, how am I ain't gonna know that? No man gonna like me with a pregnant female with 1 child. I got 2 kids, I got da-da-da. And my dad used to say, who are you talking to? Like, what are you talking about? Do you know who you are? Like, they don't stop. This is a moment. And I had to learn those things. I had to learn these are moments. I chose this part. I had to live to work through it, and get through it. I opened up this door, you have to walk through it, So, but yeah, patience. He's big on that patience thing. That's sexy.
It is.
I just like when women are grateful for guys who do that, but a lot of them act like everybody will do it and I'll leave you, fuck you. That's the attitude they have.
No,
So
I was scared.
when a woman is grateful, you like to see that, like she gets somebody, but
It's because you like hoes.
I like who like me,
Oh,
and the hoes like me, so I like them.
I like them. Don't like who like you.
Yeah, so
Like who
do
you
your
like.
thing.
I don't need wifey material.
He want a wife.
Are you attracting wifey material?
No, the hoes like him.
I mean, I guess if I do meet somebody who I just feel like some women who act like they want a husband, it's like they gotta make me wait a long time, and I'm like, bro, that's not how you do that. Like, or they all of a sudden be like, oh, I'm gonna do something different with you. So now I gotta wait. They wanted me to wait 3-4 months for sex, and I'm like,
So I see where he at. That post just came about the woman with the video of the woman. She was telling the man he took on 10 dates. She had already told this man, I have 2 kids and I don't want sex until I'm so I'm not having sex in this point. I'm trying to do something different. Just period. He still want to take her on one day, spend money, and then he asked her again, and she's like, I already told you that. He kicked her out. Like he kicked her or whatever, however that went. I only said that to say because he had already told her, and the argument is, well, she's leeching off of him and this and that, and I get why they feel that way, but at the same time, like,
She said what she wanted.
Yeah, she said what she said, but now you're mad at her. So, because I see these posts about women make wrong decisions with men, and you choose this and you choose that. Well, ain't that your fault? But when a woman literally decides that she want to up and change, to actually do something better or find something better or do it a whole different way, whether she got 2, 3, 10 folks, she got 12 kids. It took her a while, but she decided to do a whole different way. Why is that? Why, what I'm saying? It's a problem,
it's like you selling something for $25, but it's $3,000 when I get it. So all these other niggas who ain't worth nothing, the niggas who ain't worthy, they get the ass. But me, I'm worthy. I'm husband material, so I gotta wait longer for everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense to me.
I get what you're saying. Let me ask you this: do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Are you a Christian?
No.
I'm sorry, now you're a Christian. Do you believe Jesus Christ died on the cross for you?
I just believe in God.
Okay, that's fine with that. As a Christian, or I'm sorry, not as a Christian, as a person who gave their life to Christ, you were, I don't know, pig shit. You weren't literally nothing. You know, you give your life to Christ. You knew your worth. You're priceless. That's literally how I look at people, and like that's how I look at when people change their life. That's the whole circuit. It took time to renew that part of that person. That part that just like. For you, like, and I understand why you feel that way, and that's your person. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, why you give me the washed up? You got experience. I feel like you just got a woman who went through some experience and decided to say, you know what, I took this and I learned from this and I want to do better. I feel the same way about men. You know what I'm saying? There are men that go through certain things, and it's like with these women, it's like, you know what, I'm not doing it this time around, lady. I'm not taking you out on 10 different dates because I don't want to continue to spend money on somebody that I'm not, you know what I'm saying, that's not serious about me. Listen, I'm looking for this, and this. You for it? No? Boom, that's it, you know. So I just feel like when people make that turnabout, they're bashed for it, you know, and that's no matter it's male or female, but that person took that time, you know, to work on themselves. So I said I use that metaphor with Christ because we were, you know what I'm saying, like we literally walked in sin, you know, so we ain't perfect, but when he cleans you and he makes you, when people see you, they see you in a different light, and it's like you start to lose certain things out, but you become a better person, and it's like, maybe that just wasn't for me. It was good at the time when I liked it at one point, but that's just not for me. You know, and that probably been something that she probably felt like that, or you probably feel like that, you know. I just feel like sometimes we get so caught up in the, well, you used up, and not trying to, you didn't say it like that, but I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like thought about that way. You know, you let this, you $25 now, where you was $3,000 at one point before all this happened, kind of thing, you know, and it's like, damn, we look at each other like that. It's a little sad sometimes that we do that to each other. That's all. You know, you go through experience, and it's just like, I went through this experience, like, damn.
I just don't. I mean, I'm not used to that, and I don't want to be used to it.
You don't have to get used to
because I feel like I shouldn't have to wait that long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If somebody like me, I done fucked a girl under 15 minutes, so I ain't finna go for nobody acting like I gotta wait 3, 4, 5.
And that's not for you, and that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. You know, I really hope it's still some versions and stuff out here too. You know, people that ain't having sex as much. You know, I met like 2 or 3. I know I'm being funny. I'm being funny.
90-day shit. That shit.
Nah, that's.
I think it
I
was.
tried that with my husband. That didn't work out either. That didn't work out either. I tried that with him, and he was like, "Babe, listen." He said the same thing. He said, "I'm like, listen, I had already made a decision." Then he was like, "All right, look." I was like, "I don't think it didn't work. It didn't work out very well. We probably would have." Yeah, it didn't work. I'm sorry, it didn't work very well. But I get it.
But that's the thing. It's like you liked them.
Yeah, and I wanted something more with him. Actually,
right. So it's like you gotta give the same energy of like, all right,
give me something like give and take. Like I don't see.
If we not having sex, like show me
something.
I know
that's what I would think. I was hoping at least show me something. Yeah, but not just the sex part. I got stuck on that part. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they playing. Right. It's like, all right, they benefiting, but like you said, you're not getting nothing out of it except being the benefactor.
Oh, let's switch it. You pay for all the dates until we have sex or something.
No, I'm not.
I think you should start just at the gate, like, listen,
I'm not.
Yeah, I want somebody who, this is what I want, and if you don't want to have sex, then like this is what I want instead.
I love that. I did that with. I'm sorry, I did that with him. We had sex one time, and I was pregnant when we had sex. I was pregnant with my second child. Y'all, this is a lot to this. I know it sounds all mixed up.
That is regular.
I was divorced. I wasn't with nobody, but he and I was messing with each other, anything like that. So we had sex, whatever, and then right after this, I said, hey, I'm about to have this baby, and I'm not really trying to, you know what I'm saying, mess around. Like, I'm actually looking for something serious, so I'm not trying to make you know my kids, you know, father, anything like that. I'm just letting you know, so this probably will be the last time we actually, you know, because I'm looking for something for real, you know.
Serious.
You're serious, you know, in the future or whatever. And he told me after we actually got there, he said one thing that when I really started looking at you different is when you said that to me. I said, my pregnant ass laying right there. So when I said that to you, that's when you started looking. It was like, like, yes, because it's not just that. When we went on our first date, I offered to pay for the food. And he was like, no, I was like, let me pay for it. I'm cool with that. You know, like, you know, you took me out. I enjoyed myself. Let me pay for this, you know. He was like, ain't no female ever offer. You know, it was just like little simple things.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that. You know, I can
some
understand
effort.
it was like, yeah, some effort. Yeah.
When a girl offered to pay for the meal, that means she about to ask for some money later.
No, it just means
that's not true.
That's my experience.
Oh,
I'm gonna pay for it and make it seem like I like it, but I'm about to hit you for $100.
No,
right.
okay, for that booty. What
okay,
right.
Hey,
let's I pay for this meal.
Right.
And I don't want now this way. I want it now. No.
Bust that thing open.
No, yeah.
Okay, the hardest storm to get through, and advice for someone who's going through it.
Hardest storm. Sorry, I do that every time too. I'm just looking like, yeah, well, help me out with hardest storm.
Not help me out.
Help me out.
I don't know you,
Help me
friend.
alone.
I'm not about your life.
I'm sorry, it's true. Okay. Hardest storm. Like I said, I've been through a couple of things in my life, but like I said, abuse. I know that's just kind of the most, you know, we say as far as traumatic like that physically, but I don't care how hard it gets. And like I'm saying, people have been through some hell and high water, and I realize people have been through way more than what I have been through. I thought I'd been through some all this people's story, and I'd be like, God is good.
Amen.
God is really good, because I don't think I could have endured that. That couldn't have been my story. So I think it's just for me to just continue to people always say continue to push forward. If you fall, just don't stay down. I don't care how much it takes for you to fight to get back up. I don't care if you walk 2 inches over somebody, knock you 2 more down. Keep going. Suicide is not worth it. Depression is just not worth it. I've been depressed and even know I'm depressed. You know, and that's a real hard thing to come out of. And you know, something that me and my husband, I've learned with my husband, that these building blocks, we've gotten to certain these hardships, hard conversations and things like that. That's real. Like when you take your vows, they don't just start or stop right there. Like that's just like faith. That's just the test run. You know what I'm saying? You have to continuously have faith every day. Now we have to actually act upon it. It's about to get real. So with those building blocks, you learn how to knock them back. When they knock down, you have to take those same blocks and just start building back up. But their structure is different. It's a completely different structure. Now that we've got to the root of it, how are we gonna fix this kind of thing? So I feel like that's just in life. Period. Those are your building blocks in life. Like you never fail. You learn from it because you've been in this. Damn, I feel like I'm right back where I was. Really? Are you really? What did you learn from right there? It may seem like that, but now you have those stepping stones, so you can get past that real. You really can get, but you know what to do from here. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not as hard as, I mean, it's hard, but it's not. We overthink a lot of things in life. You know what I'm saying, that we go through, especially when we already been through it. You know, so I just say, just keep going. Just keep going. Like I've been through a lot of hardships in my life, but I can't say that I've been through much worse than anybody else. You know, so that's just always which is mine. Just keep going. Just keep going. I had to take my kids to school with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had to do a couple of things. You know, so like for when I hear women say, well, I can't take my kids to school with me and do I can't work. I'm like, listen, if you make a way, my teachers, I used to have some great shout out to Georgia Perimeter, Clarkston campus, because them teachers are the bomb. Like my teacher used to help me with my daughter. While he will be up there while I'm doing my science projects, or if I'm taking a test, excuse me, I'm sorry. I got my water. But while I'm taking my science projects and everything, he or she, whoever's in the room with me at the time, the professor, they would help me. They would hold my baby. Well, hey, you need to step outside and do this real quick. I can put this on pause. You know, I had that help. You know, so
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's how stuff's supposed to be. Like,
Yeah.
I wish that a lot of them
this should be
like
the
that.
normal for black people. Like we stick together like this.
Yeah.
You gotta be it though. Like you gotta show it for other people to want to show it. Cause it's people like everybody is really like, not everybody, but a lot of people is really like that. But everybody's so standoffish because they don't know if you're like that. But the more you
everybody is fragile. They scared.
Yeah,
everybody's
scared.
I would just break your soul then, because I don't like it. If I said for someone like, I'll give you a real reason. If it seems like I'm being rude, check me. I'm cool with that, because I need to learn how to, you know, like I said, hypocrite. When I tell you my husband would tell me something, I ain't know how to you know, whatever, but I had to learn how to accept some stuff. It's just you're critiquing me on how to, do better. But yeah, that drove me crazy.
Man, everybody, anytime I'm outside, I just be talking to people. But the more I talk to people, the more I receive. We went to the food bank, and everybody at the food bank was like quiet in the line and stuff. I'm loud. I'm always talking.
I'm like, how y'all doing? I hope y'all have a good day, man. I know it's crazy. Good morning.
Right. When we was going in, they was like, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all gonna smile? Like, y'all coming to get this stuff?
Because
like,
you a light. That's what you do. Like, that's what you a light.
But doing that, when I was inside, because the workers on the inside was kind of like standoffish. And with that, everybody I saw, I was like, hey, how y'all doing? They like, oh, the lady was like, did you get your light bulbs from up there? I'm like, it's some light bulbs up there? She like, yeah, go get them. I'm like, okay, cool. But she would have never said that to me if I didn't speak to her.
Because you created a space. And I think that's another thing I love when people would tell you, oh, I love her a lot. I love her. I have to stop. And I'm like, it's not just what I'm doing. It's the fact that she even opened up and created a space for me to even enter that and to be myself in that. So thank you. For creating that space. Thank you.
We reflection.
Yes, thank you.
But that's what everybody gotta do. You want nice people, be nice.
Yeah, be nice.
Even to the mean people. Today somebody beat their horn for like 2 minutes at me, and I was like,
you gotta be dope to learn how to be able to ignore somebody in traffic like that. They were
for real.
Cause I'm quick to.
I've done that recently. I cut somebody off and she pulled up beside me. She said, "Oh fuck, nigga!" I was like, "You done? You good?"
Okay.
And she was like, "Yeah, don't be cutting off. I got my kid." I said, "Okay, you good now?" I said, "You feel tough?" And then she started talking to whoever was in the passenger side, and I was like, "All right, I see y'all."
God bless you.
You don't have to you don't have to get shot up in the car, come out fighting people and anything like that. I'm not gonna lie, but me and my kids in the car, people do that to me, I be mad because I'm scared, like something. I don't know. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been in an accident. I was in a 6-car pileup on the highway. Somebody hit me into the pileup, and then we had a truck hit me while my kids was in the car. Like a semi, like a truck hit me while my kids in the car. So it's like PTSD from driving is real. Like,
and it's different with your kids. I thought about that when I had my nephew over the weekend. I had him in my car, and I was like, I never felt like this in a car. Like, really, like, nobody better not do nothing to me. Like, I never felt that way. But with kids, I was like, damn, this why parents be how they be.
Yeah, like, I got a sticker on my car that said, you hit me while my kids in the car, I'm going to beat your ass until the cops come. Until the cops arrive. Seriously.
Okay.
Like, don't do that.
I ain't never felt like that, but like my ex's daughter, I remember like she went to the hospital, and it was like Reese. I think it was a guy in Carrollton. He left his twins in a car or something. I don't know if y'all remember that. And they died.
Yeah.
So I was like, I do not want. So I put my phone back there because I never do nothing without my phone. So I sit my phone back there with her. So I knew I wouldn't leave in the car. But I don't be nervous about nobody hitting me.
Man, it was different. And I was only going like 9 minutes up the street. I was like, if somebody don't hit me, bro. I was really conscious of everything. Just because he's in the backseat.
Okay, do your thing.
Is there anything that we haven't asked you about that our audience should know about you before you leave?
Yes, y'all, listen. I am a poet, I'm an actress, I am a dancer, and I model. I'm a vet tech as well. I love animals. That's what I'm in school for, to become a certified vet tech. Y'all can visit me at Coral Sands on Snapfinger over here. Actually, y'all right around the corner right here, Coral Sands. And I also, I just came out with an EP as well. It's my first one. It came out this year.
Is music or poetry?
It's poetry. So it's poetry to music.
Nice.
And that's why I had sent to you the YouTube I had sent to you the link. But it was my first one. I love it. I really do. My mom singing in the background. My father plays the bass guitar and the drums. And DK Kelly is the guy who mixed everything together for us. So
that's icy.
It's dope. I don't know. Can I play one? Oh, y'all do that? Yeah. Can I play it? Yeah, you have to play along though. I had sent it to you.
Yeah, she called you out twice about that right now. She's like, yeah, I sent you the link. I sent you. But I want to ask you too, with all the parents that you have, who gave you the best game, the moms or the dads?
Yo! So, I wish she was, I don't even know. It don't even matter. My mom, of course, my mama about to give me the big best game. Even now, me and mama, we off the chain when we talk. My father, Trash, that's his name. Why I say it like that? Trash, that's his
Your
name.
biological dad?
No, he's not my biological. My
Okay.
biological father's name is Anthony.
Okay.
And my bonus father is named Trash. I have two bonus fathers, Richard and Trash. Trash. That's the one who told me about the bicycle. They got the bicycle. He said if he like you, he'll meet your father kind of thing. So he used to give me the game. So me and him, we see spirits. We both feel them. You know, so I can call him right now. We can just talk like forever. You know what I'm saying, about anything. But I can be honest with him. Like, hey dad, I had sex with this dude, right? And you know, so I can talk to him. I love that relationship with my dad because I didn't have that getting growing older. Like I said, I was a fatherless child. I say that I feel like a fatherless child growing up. And my mom did remarry, but the person who she remarried to the first time, he was, we didn't get to have those sit downs. So he was more financial than anything in my life. Loved him to death. Still not, and he knows that. Like I talked to him about side. He never sat down and talked to me. He was my disciplinary and my financial, you know what I'm saying, person. Man, my mom got married the second time. This man, I said, Mom, who this old man you know brought? And that's how we met each other. Like, I said, who this old man you know brought in the house? And he reminds me of that every time. He was like, remember that time you met me? He was like, who this old man? I was like, yeah, because I was like, who? Nigga, who is you? And that's how I would talk to him. Like, who is this? You know, so he taught me how to be, my mom taught me how to be a lady, but he taught me, like, how to really respect myself as a lady. Like I said, he was the one when I said, there ain't nobody gonna want to be with a woman who had 2 kids like me. I'm pregnant with you. He's like, you got your mama? Do you know who you are? You know, like that's my dad. You know, that's my dad. Like, that's my daddy for real.
Yeah, my story, my dad had about my older sister when she met him. He was like, she started kicking on him. But yeah, she was like 2 though.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
started kicking on him.
She started kicking him?
Oh, but they cool? They close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like her,
yeah. I love that.
Okay.
Yo, these vagina rings are like off the chain.
No, for real. I keep grabbing it.
Yeah, I love that.
Did she make this out of hers?
Stop it. Don't say
Nah,
that.
that's a mold.
Yo, don't say that. I'm traumatized from this magic water they're trying to throw out here now. Did y'all hear they trying to make no, not pussy. It's pee. Like, they trying to make sure you can drink pee, like, as in water. Like, it's called magic water. Y'all saw this, y'all said, yo, ain't there's no way.
There's
This man, I watched this man drink this, man. He didn't even know. It looked like water. And when the man asked him how it's produced, like, he was showing the chart. The man put the chart over to show how the stuff was produced. And the man was like, did you? Because he said the water was good. And he was like, man, this is some good, like, crispy taste.
And there's made pee.
I'm
saying that's what all water is. It's been like through.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Sewage.
I don't let me know I'm drinking magic water. That's all. Just don't. If I'm drinking it, don't tell me.
There's a whole like philosophy behind it. Like people who really drink they pee and they heal from they pee, they urine and stuff.
I'm just not educated in that right now.
I watch this lady, but
bottles of water. I'm good right now. Okay?
I can see if it's the, you know how you drink water all day and it's like clear. I can see that
everybody
kind of
don't
people.
drink water. Everybody don't drink water. It's people that go decades, 2 years, couple months. You know what I'm saying? They do not drink water, tea, soda, juice. Imagine drinking acid battery. That's what that is. That's what that is. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, when people say that, you know, you. This is not a good can of him drink no wet. Oh no, I ain't that.
I don't think I could drink my pee. I don't know. Maybe like on a wound or something, like, you know, you get stung by a jellyfish, you're supposed to pee on it, or like bit by a snake or something, you're supposed to pee on it. Yeah.
I never know that. I thought it was like nicotine. Put nicotine or something.
Oh, tobacco leaves too.
Yeah.
But I know jellyfish stings, they say, because my grandmother got stung, she definitely started peeing.
Oh yeah, I would have.
Girl, I'm
It depends on where it's at.
Yeah, like on her leg, she got the pee, and I was like, hey. But I don't know that I
It's
could
some
do
survival tactics, man. I ain't made it there yet.
So what if they said, if you drink your husband pee, you'll have a bigger, stronger, healthier baby? Like, would y'all do it?
My husband pee. I mean, as long as they can filter it, I guess, you know, it's like.
No, straight out the.
Oh no, I don't know that. I can't. I'm not R. Kelly. Like
Sure,
the R. Kelly shit, I'm not really.
I don't like bodily
those.
those
Yeah,
at all.
Don't spit in my mouth.
Girl.
Yeah, I can't.
No, bro.
Yeah, like I think like eating vagina. I'm sorry, like eating and then like French kiss and all that stuff is a little bit different. When you do, you know what I'm saying?
Even
Just
pussy,
in my
I don't
mouth.
like pussy juice. I don't like cum. I don't like spit.
You don't like your own juice?
No, bro. No.
Oh, you like your own juice?
No, I only asked because you said she don't like vagina juice. I'm like, it's like the texture or
I mean, not like I can touch it. I don't want to eat it. Like,
well, okay, I got
like
you.
I don't want to give nobody head after I had sex.
Yeah, got
like,
you.
No, but I don't like pussy like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
You know?
Yes, completely
You
understand.
the whole clean motherfucker.
Yes, bruh. Like,
excuse us for being excuse it for being clean because I feel like I understand. I completely understand. You don't know like as a woman to know your body and then to not other woman's body. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
and that's really how you catch stuff.
Sometimes. So.
I'm nasty as hell, but
I think
keep
those
all
are
the
random
spitting
moments.
and
Yeah.
comment and all the juices and stuff. I'm good on that. But I'm like that in the bed now.
There was a video. The guy said something about you didn't let me eat the kids out you or something.
Oh, he meant to come out of her.
That's disgusting. Don't y'all think?
Yeah, what the fuck? And that's the thing, like I don't like pussy juice, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's like you like nut?
I have to deal with pussy juice, but your own nut.
And that's right, and you're a man.
Gay,
That feels
that's what I'm
gay.
saying. Like,
so when you brush the back of your tongue, you start choking like the only time you choke. Does that feel gay too?
I don't feel gay. I just feel like I'm cleaning my. It's not like a hot dog.
You can't never say you gag though. Like you can't never say you never gagged in your life because you gag literally every single one.
I don't think that's gay if it's a toothbrush.
What you mean? Like still? Like you ever record yourself doing it? You gonna be like, you know what? This some gay shit.
Hey, you just gotta say ah.
Ah.
Yeah, when you say ah, keep
like,
it from gagging.
It's just like they
like a little.
Hey,
sometimes you take that old juice.
Yes.
So,
Oh
but
my
I'm not
God.
like, no, I'm not doing it.
Oh my
I
God.
be doing
He's talking
that.
just
I be trying to click. That tongue gotta be nice. I'm sorry. I'm funny about my tongue. My tongue, my mouth, my teeth.
I only brush my teeth with baking soda, so it's even harder
It
to
feels
brush.
so great to brush your teeth with bacon.
That's the only thing.
I
But
put
it's
it on
hard to
my
brush your tongue.
toothbrush.
That too, yeah.
But my tongue, that baking soda disgusting. So when I be trying to brush my tongue, it hurt.
I mean, I wouldn't sit there and drink it like that, but it don't bother me. Like
It
it's
is disgusting. I remember the first time my stepfather used to always use Arm & Hammer baking
That's
soda
the one I
toothpaste.
use.
I put my toothbrush in the Arm & Hammer baking soda, like, and brush my teeth. I don't
It fall off like.
Nah, you gotta wet it a little bit so it get like clunky.
Still.
It'd be like a whole clunk on the joint.
So wait, you use Arm & Hammer toothbrush with Arm & Hammer?
No, I use the baking soda. Like,
no, that's what you said when you were young.
oh yeah, my stepfather had the toothpaste, and that was the first time I tasted it. And I was like,
That's
is
why.
gross.
I'm sorry. That's why. Yeah, that's nasty too.
What?
No, but
it tastes
straight
the
from
same.
no, don't.
Yes, it do.
Sorry,
bruh.
no, don't.
Yes, it do.
Mm-mm.
We gonna have to bring that test in
We
here.
gonna have
ain't
to.
no
I
way.
will. We'll do it.
That
Let's
is
do it.
just like a bottle of
They
a
put
box
like
of
the
baking
Arm &
soda.
Hammer in Colgate, right? It's that kind of.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
you're talking about, yeah.
Exactly. But I think it's somebody else that make it, not Colgate. I think it's Arm & Hammer that make toothpaste. But it didn't look like Bug. Did you put up the video?
I was waiting on y'all.
Oh, my
okay.
bad. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm turning this volume
I
up.
mean, I could've.
I was about to say you should have.
Oh, my bad. I ain't, you know.
So you gonna do it?
What you want?
Alright, I can do it. But it won't be that.
She talking about something.
Yeah, it'll be something else.
Let me clear your mind.
That just sound better with the music to me.
That's it.
But I can do it. I can play for my. But it won't be that. That one is like a spiritual. It's called soul chemistry. But people think chemistry is mostly physical. It's talking about the soul, mental. And all
Okay, well, let me play a minute of it, then you try
Oh,
to
yeah.
understand.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna double that. Suggest.
You know, video. That's coming soon, though. It's coming soon.
Okay.
Brave, calm, intelligent man like you brings love, joy, peace to a heart like mine. A love so tender, so divine. I find myself falling so many times for these feelings I am not familiar with. But I am.
Okay, you're having pride.
These feelings so powerful yet at ease puts me precious figures on my physical and mental and emotional and spiritual fantasies.
That's
Right.
nice.
Don't feel like yourself. It's good. I know you like. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but yeah, that's that. That's soul chemistry, and it's acapella. It's called. It don't work. Okay. You ever wonder why you a spectator in your own life? Like every angle you observe reoccurs twice. Still strolling backwards on that one-way street, sweat thickening from the massive heat. You see, sin, it's one hell of a drug. It's one addiction that can't be fixed with latex gloves and scrubs. Dating deceitful deals, promising off cheap thrills, searching for your soul in the sea of other soul in exchange for silver and gold. See, no one's interested in the hell that's unfolding, and according to his words, Isaiah 43:19, and behold, I will do a new thing. So I choose to be beyond. Say, follow me and do what you see, and watch me put a ring on it, binding my Father and me spiritually. There is no greater love than he that is in me, and what my Father has promised me is a contract saying that through him, I shall live eternally. See, I'm just here to provide you with the right credentials for the job. That is, if you're willing to accept it. Or I can just flee and take my BIBLE, but honor my brother's keeper. Pardon me if I offended you, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Christ. Ephesians 4:15. There is a brighter truth, waiting to be seen, waiting to be heard. That's it.
Come on. I love spiritual poetry. This is great. That's dope.
So that was love, you got spiritual, I done got dudes incarcerated, like I got some of everything.
You got dudes incarcerated.
Yeah, it's called game. Like it's called Grow, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically talking about how I can't even think about it right now. It's a poem I usually do a lot, and for the first time, this is the first time I've ever not did it. And when I actually first started speaking to do the poem, that was the poem I wanted to do, but I ended up giving you a poem that I haven't, that I usually don't do. So for me to come off top with that one, it was just like, okay, I'm with you.
What emotion drives you more, or is it easier to write?
Emotions drive me more, yes, but when I'm angry, mostly. When
Me
I'm angry,
too. It be
like,
fire.
it really do be fire.
Yeah.
No, for real, cause that's a whole different kind of fire. I can be angry and write in love. I can be angry and write just to be writing, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to write about love. It is so difficult, bro. But
Even if you got it?
it's like I don't have the words. Like it's like I don't know.
You ever have to go back to it? You ever write it down? I have to write mine down. So I have ideas, write it down, and I have to go back to it. But it'd be like lines and lines and lines. And it never really come together until I go back to it, kind of thing.
I haven't had anything just come together about. I don't think so, but I got to think about like music that I've done too. But it's really difficult for me to talk about love. Like I said that in a rap. Like I said.
How do you identify with love? Is it because of?
I mean, I'm a lover, you know, but I be like, love, I can't describe, but I can rap about deceit, nigga. Think my name is 2K, how these niggas try to play, but I got all the cheat codes, bitch. I'm always in the game.
See, so that's why I asked. You're in, I can't even explain what I'm trying to say. I'm always in the game. Like, it's a game. It's not really a game for you, but you
like
played a lot. You did, so it's like your way of talking about love is a whole different, because everybody's way of getting to love, their experience of love is different. So it's like, how do you identify with love?
The anti.
Yeah.
It's really, I'm easy. I could talk about bitter stuff.
Yeah,
or like I could get smart about it, but just like how you just did that was beautiful. But child,
I wish I could sing though. Like, ooh, if I,
you probably can.
me,
you probably can.
Me, like I would.
You just got hit the right notes.
I'm a background singer. Like I can harmonize in the background. Like I can give you
And that's like, yeah, like my voice is really deep.
Little lady,
For real.
what you doing? What you feeling
What
for?
you
Oh
been
no,
saying?
I'm just. I do this all
I
the
scared
time.
you. Look, I
You mess
scared
with
you.
myself.
She said, "What you looking for?"
Look, I scared you. Look.
But nah, you probably got it. But you gotta go deep, like hit the deeper notes, like her and like Jasmine Sullivan. She got range, but she goes really low
Yeah,
too.
she does.
Sade, they got that low where they could play at. I never realized it either until a singer told me, like, I wish I could sing that low, and I was like, for real?
Yeah,
So I'm like, let me practice.
Okay. But yeah, most of mine be like, they just come like that. Like I had the thug point, like, or the jail point would be like to me, you just making the street, struggle to defeat the heat that lays at your wayside. You try to hide behind the blind side of the false truths, of the harsh truth, of death knocking at your doorstep. Poor excuse for the pedestrian you lay flat out to prove a loyalty to the game. Little do they know you left the I'm sorry note behind to shield your pain that was sent to cover the shame for a shame. Thug like painting portraits of watercolor red, a trail of fake bloods, perpetrating crips and disorderly gangsters. See, here's some advice Lord's not supporting the cause of chaos and destruction. 21st generation sent to the penitentiary to be, well, penetrated. But bruised and more bruised, and no one to hear you cry but the cellmate, and you better believe he is choosing. See, Shawty wanna be a thug and share your education for faggot hugs. Now who's laughing? Had to serve time in the streets, had to grow, expand, and extend the lack of knowledge you thought you had before you were incarcerated. Stop perpetrating. They're trying to paint the hard ends in the game. See, none of the game's been ran on them. What they gonna do? They're gonna make their move will be that fool again. And there they go, back at square one, reminiscing on the opportunities they had to grow. So it'll be like that. I can do it like that. That's easy for me. But love poems don't come like that.
Yeah, you can talk trash.
Yeah.
That's me. I can talk trash all the time. So do you put out content too?
Yeah. I ain't gonna say it like that. I put out content, but like it's mostly with my acting and everything. Like my poetry is like, if I do it, it's very delicate to me. I like to go to. I have poetry slams. I have videos of me doing that and things like that. Most of my content be silly. Like I like silly stuff. I'm goofy. I'm real goofy.
I mean, I feel like we should all find that one thing that we're great at and highlight that and use that to bring the attention to our other talents. And I feel like that's something that you could really post up in front of a wall, and because you know how to deliver too. You give your facials, you change your tone, you do everything that you're supposed to do to put on a show, no matter where you at. So if you put that in front of a camera and you just, have you ever seen? I think it's called something spoke. I think it's called something spoke, but it was a guy. And he will always make poems about women and how we feel about stuff.
Is it a movie, Love Jones?
No, he was a content creator. He was really popular, but he started putting out books because Spoken Reason, maybe. It's a guy with dreads.
No, he don't have dreads.
He don't have.
Spoken Reason.
Oh no, no. The person who wrote the book got locks. So he would always put out poems that were so relatable, but they were relatable for females for sure. And he was going viral so much to the point where he was able to write books and people would buy the books. So it's like, use your talent, you know what I'm saying? Keep putting those things, because it's easy too. Content don't gotta be hard.
No, they make it hard nowadays. All this extra cutting, this and that.
You won't have to.
Vine was so easy for me back then.
Okay.
All that MySpace, you can add music. It used to be so easy. Now it's so difficult.
Girl, you could put up a camera and just
editing easy.
Yeah, you InShot. I use InShot.
Yeah, that's like the easiest thing.
And you can use your phone.
That too. That too. I do that. I do use my phone for something.
Just cut it and put it out. It don't gotta be perfect because your poetry is already perfect within itself.
I appreciate that.
For sure.
Yeah. But I appreciate y'all having me on, man. This is sexual chocolate. This is sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate.
Hey, listen, man. This is my first real interview. I'm saying it because y'all see me out there now. Y'all gonna see me in the future, and I'm gonna be like, y'all saw me where I started at. You feel me? Just know. This it right here. That's it. I just gotta make sure I do that. And y'all can play that clip later and be like, she said it though. She said it.
Gang.
Okay, literally it's no pressure. I appreciate you coming. And we gonna see y'all next week, and we out.